Testing 1, 2. Hey everybody and welcome to Let's Investigate Galak Z, the Dimensional. So, what is Galak Z? Well, it is a game made by 17-Bit, a studio that made Skull of the Shogun, if I remember the name correctly. It was like a sort of scaled down RTS or like maybe I think it had even been like turn-based. I think sort of. I don't entirely recall. It was a fun game though, and I sort of liked the aesthetic. And now Galak Z is a top-down space adventure shoot 'em up thing, coupled with roguelike elements, and sort of survival mechanics. And I say this with all good graces when I say I don't know if I like this game anymore. And we will be fair with this, and we will actually start from the beginning of a race. All your progress, partial season. You sure you want to? Yeah. Let's just do that. Skip intro? Yes. You want the intro? Buy the game. I believe it's $20 on PSN right now. I know it is coming to Steam. I would assume it's probably going to be the same price. You know, it's 20 or 15, one of the two. Whatever the hell. All right. So you play as the remaining pilot in this armada who got attacked by the Empire, who is taking a sort of guns blazing, like march towards Earth. And in the meantime, they're trying to get everything set up so that way they can fight them off and warn Earth and save the day or whatever. It's fairly standard space drama, fodder, crisis type thing. A lot of anime influence, even just from the aesthetic of the characters and everything, as you can probably tell here. Oh, I have literally nothing. All right, let's just yeah. This is a sort of like almost what the fuck? It was R-Type and what was the other one? I used to play the other one. Not Galaga. Oh, fuck. Gradius. Gradius 3. Very Gradius type thing here where you can select a loadout. It's not really like you get a power-up mid. Well, you do actually get power-ups mid thing, but they're more specific, whereas that I think was fodder to switch around here and select upgrades. Anyway, we'll have this load up here. This is not actually the launch version. They have pushed about, I think, like 3 performance patches and things since launch. So this is like, you know, as more of a note, I guess, this is a marginally better running version than what was at launch, which actually had some straight up points where I actually thought the game was just going to flat out crash on me, which was unpleasant. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and load this up here. So they're hungry. Yeah, very interesting.
Food. Is there food out there in space?
I've detected some food crates. You'll have to shoot them open.
Won't that ruin the food?
Nope, it's space food. It's resilient.
So yeah, the story and everything is fairly goofy, lighthearted stuff. There's some very anime-esque scenes in it. So yeah, that's like the main thing, is that the stick doesn't really necessarily... Your thrusters are not paired with the left stick where you're aiming. You have to actually manually control those. Thankfully, running into walls does not actually directly hurt you, which is cool. Ooh, let's get the fuck away from here. Yeah, that's pretty good. Ooh. Me wanty laser upgrade. Me wanty laser upgrade. Ow!
Man, I hate bugs.
Shit! So, something that's really important is, and this is the part where... Shit!
Ow, sharp. I got him.
Got him. Oh. Well, I'll explain that in a minute. Something really important, and a reason why I bring up survival mechanics is the actual, your health, outside of finding occasional health packs, which are very, very, very uncommon, there is no way to actually restore health. Your health does not restore between missions or anything.
Target destroyed.
Oh yeah, I love this upgrade. This upgrade is very helpful. And one of the main ways to actually do so is by blasting apart enemies and finding like crates and various things to actually restore your health, which is helpful. Ooh, let's see if we can... Ooh. That thing always reaches out further than I initially think, so... Always gives me the spooks. But yeah, your health is a very, very, very precious commodity in this game. And your shields do replenish over time. Oh, fuck.
I've been hit. Shields out.
Coward!
Yes.
Space junk. Let's head over this way. Fuck! So, another thing I would actually very much recommend people to do, which is something I've been advised to do, is just fucking run away. If it looks like a bad situation, it's because it probably is. There is no hurt in running away. Blueprints are very valuable, mostly because they're the main thing that guarantee you can buy new and better upgrades for your ship between things, because your starting ones will tend to not be great, or at the very least not be like game winners necessarily. That's another thing that's pretty helpful, is usually pitting enemies against each other in an attempt to at least draw them away from you. In the meantime, while they are doing that,
You should see a food crate in a second.
no!
Receiving fire.
Shit. Okay, let's... Ah! Ah! Fuck. Okay, let's... Ah! Oh, shit! Oh, this is bad. This is actually bad. Oh, hell. Come on.
All food collected.
Good job.
Alright, let's...
Return to warp.
Okay, I even got the temporary, shield boost. That is actually good. Okay, let's get the hell out of here. The temporary shield boost is actually awesome because as long as your shields don't actually get blasted out, you actually just permanently have an extra shield, at least until the season's over, which is awesome, which is really great. Let's see. But yeah, essentially, the general way a lot of these missions work... Ooh, ship ability, I can't pass that up. I can't, man. They're too valuable. They're too good. Alright, let's...
Oh, not on the show.
Alright. Okay, temp health cannot repair. Fair enough. But hey, you know what? It's an extra bit of health. Every bit helps. And yeah, man, essentially, you'll complete objectives, and then they'll tell you to head back to the warp point, in which, more often than not, there's usually enemies waiting. And you have to either fight them off or do what I do, which is play chicken shit with them and have them follow you away from the warp point so you can loop back around. Come on. Come on, buddies.
For the Empire!
Idiot.
Can't hide forever.
Deep space. That's just basically the, fuck.
At warp.
See you in a few.
Okay. Launch me away. So, man, I really kind of wish I had the ability to show you some more of the cutscenes of the game, because I don't really know how far I'm really going to make it into this, but the game has a very anime aesthetic where you're this badass pilot who's the only one that survived and stuff, and there's a part you saw me turn into a robot for like a quarter of a second, which I forgot to explain, but you turn into that robot and then you slash apart like 12 ships in like 3 seconds, and it's awesome, but like the actual game does not mesh up with that aesthetic literally at all. You know, you die, you lose everything except for something else I'll explain in 1 second, but you lose all your salvage and everything, and you have to restart the entire season again. And just, like, each episode can last anywhere between, like, 10 and 20 minutes, so with 5 episodes a season, you're looking at roughly, give or take, like 40 minutes to an hour, and to have just all of that invalidated really hurts. And the only thing that does actually stay with you are crash coins, which are random drop items which you can turn in with the shop owner guy that I showed you a second ago. And he'll give you a bunch of extra salvage, but the problem is they're so to the point of random drops that, like, by the time I ended Season 1, I had, like, 4. And I've talked to other people who had, like, 8 at the end of Season 1. So, like, it's 100% random. And I've heard some people even go so far as to, like, attempt beating Season 4 by first going through the earlier seasons and getting a bunch of crash coins so they can die and just have, like, a shitload of money and salvage and stuff so they can buy a bunch of stuff. It's crazy, man. It's weird, and it's very difficult. I don't know how to feel about it anymore.
We've got to patch up the Excelios.
And essentially with each episode, I think there's like a pool of like 3 to 5-ish missions that it'll randomly cycle through, except for ones that it deems necessary for the story or anything. So, okay. And you can also only repair 1 health to your ship at a given time. Only once, so yeah. And I kind of need to, because my only real hope of survival. So, yeah. The ship upgrades are constant for the season. Blueprints are constant for the season. Wait. Or are blueprints constant to the season? I don't... They are as long as you don't die. But blueprints aren't consistent between seasons. The second you start Season 2, you don't have all those blueprints. You don't have all those upgrades. And, like, I do like the game, and I think the actual thing of trying to survive in space and stuff and facing these overwhelming odds is really fun and interesting. But this stuff is so punishing. It is so much of just a hard reset. It's like if you had to play Demon Souls, and every single time you died, it started you back before you had the ability to even reach, like, the upgrade character from the game and stuff. It just sucks. It really sucks.
On Earth. Guess in a way they didn't die for nothing.
Yes, because they're helping us get home.
And the sound design is great. The music's awesome. I really like a lot of things about this game.
Oh, gross, gross, gross!
I really like a lot of things about this game, but, like, man.
Hey, here!
Okay.
Arrogant fish face, coming in hot!
They're a little busy at the moment, so...
Damn bugs!
Yeah, let's,
Where are you?
Get that scrap and we fix up the Axelios.
Got it.
Come on. Come on.
Shields down.
Okay, as long as I don't, well, no, my shields have been blown at this point.
Should fix it.
You're seeing the game get a little bit framey there. Believe me when I say it was much worse at launch. Just having like a ton of enemies on the screen, the game just seems to kind of melt. Let me show you the... So you get this, robot transformation, which is actually pretty nice. Oh, you can actually... There are points in which he shows up in the middle of a level, and there's other parts where he does not. But anyway, you get this robot transformation, and his controls are a little bit different, at least. You have a shield that you can deploy to deflect bullets. You have a grapple instead of a missile launch thing. And you also have a melee attack with a very lightsaber Gundam-esque weapon, which is cool, which is awesome. But there's no like immediate mobile benefits or DPS benefits to the robot outside of the grapple. So there's entire levels I've gone through where I just didn't bother with the robot, which feels weird and dumb. Sitting completely still does actually somewhat shield you from enemies finding you, which is helpful. Wow, that shadow on that bit of scrap is freaking out a little bit. So I'm going to try something, and I'm going to try and grapple onto him. Throw him over that way! Okay. But yeah, you get the shield instead of the dodge button. And the dodge button's pretty helpful.
I see him.
Okay, let's get you guys all introduced here. Peace. It's a pretty easy method, man. It's a pretty easy method, man. Method and red, man.
Beam, bring me in.
Roger that.
Beam me up.
Welcome back.
Beam me up, anime lady. Godspeed. Like I said, man, I really dig the aesthetic and the music and everything, and look at this! And the ending of Season 1 is really great in a way that makes me feel kind of old. It's really great, though. I actually really enjoyed it. And surprisingly, the boss is not that hard, mostly because it was a single enemy on screen, and the dodge was effective against it, and I was able to just keep pumping it full of lead and dodging attacks, and it looked pretty cool. And then the ending's pretty great. I don't think I'm going to be able to show you that. I guess by the end of it, I'm just a little bitter just because, like, I want to like this game so much, but there's so many things I'm so frustrated with and so kind of fed up with. I want to beat this game, but I'm increasingly feeling like it's just not a likely scenario. Thankfully, even though when you die, your season's over, you can actually quit mid-season, and it will actually let you continue. Which, like, you know, might kind of sound like a no-brainer, but, you know, the game is so harsh in every other regard, I was actually really shocked when it let me do that, so, you know, I don't know. Personal opinions. I love the start menu, by the way. This is pretty good. This very VHS, early 90s anime aesthetic of, you know, it's cute. It's really cute. But yeah, I mean, end of the day, I feel like this is gameplay that you're either going to immediately love or immediately hate. Don't judge the game by its aesthetic, because while the aesthetic is really cool, you're going to be dealing a lot more with the gameplay than that, and the gameplay will be very hit or miss with you, and you may or may not actually have the patience for it. So, not exactly like an anti-recommendation or anything, but it's a game that I would very much say know what you're getting into beforehand, because I do think it's a good game, but it's so unforgiving. More than I would say it's difficult. It's just very unforgiving in a way that is hard to swallow sometimes. It really is. But yeah, that's Galak Z, The Dimensional, a subtitle that has gone grossly under advertised. Out on PS4, coming to PC soon, I think. I don't know. I'll see y'all next time.